To throw the ball fast and hard, you have to develop strength. There's many wrong ways to develop strength where it takes us longer and it sets us up for injury down the road. How do we effectively strengthen to turn our arm into a cannon so that we can throw without getting hurt? That's what this video is all about. You're watching Baseline MX. I'm Emily, physical therapist and longtime softball coach, and I've spent the last 10 years specializing in softball athletes. I played Division I softball, and after being plagued with injuries, I went to physical therapy school to help myself, and now I bring that knowledge of biomechanics and athletic performance to you. In this video, I'm going to tell you the best ways to strengthen to throw farther and faster and protect your arm from injury. I have to start this video with a huge disclaimer. If you don't have good throwing technique, I want to caution you about developing power through your throw because you're setting yourself up for a whole world of hurt, literally. To maximize our performance, we have to build our throw on a solid foundation because if you strengthen on top of a bad movement pattern, you're only strengthening the bad movement pattern. How do you know if you don't have a solid foundation? Here's 2 dead giveaways. Number 1, you hurt or you've had an injury or you have consistent soreness. Number 2, you look funny when you throw. You can visibly see that your throw isn't the same as the other girls on your team. These are indications that you need to fix your fundamentals before developing and working on power through your throw. And just as a side note, you can't throw through pain. Pain inhibits muscle activation, and so at the slightest hint of pain, your body will literally change and adjust how you throw. You have to take time to fix your pain in order to fix your throw. And as we talked about in the last video, if you don't have good mobility and you don't work on reversing your patterning, then this will set you back from developing a good foundation through your throw. Now, let's talk strengthening. Throwing is a measure of power, and power is strength over a short duration of time. A lot of times an athlete can't throw far, so her coach has her throw long toss every day. By doing this, she's straining her muscles to throw a distance that she physically doesn't have the strength for. First, you have to develop strength through your muscles, then you train your muscles to perfect the throw. You can develop strength that way, but it probably requires you to compensate through your throw, and it puts a ton of stress through your shoulders. Just like if we overload somebody in back squat, they might use the wrong muscles and compromise their form, even if they do that weight. It's a lot more effective to go back to your basics and work on strengthening and then transfer to power as you're ready. There are a lot of you that need to go back to develop strength in order to one day develop power. If you're ready to develop power, here are the exercises that you all have been waiting for. I would recommend doing this at the end of practice, 3 sets of 15. I would avoid doing these before games so you don't wear out your arm. Our power in our throw comes from our core. So as we go to throw, we're rotating our trunk this way. So we're rotating this way. We're moving our hips forward. We have to stabilize through the front of our body. And these 3 exercises are working on developing your core in all 3 of those directions. There are a lot of exercises that you can use to develop this core stability. A lot of the athletes in my program don't have med balls and plyo walls, but we do different exercises to develop our core strengthening, and I know it works because our velocity is improving and our distances are improving every month. But the point is you need to strengthen your core, which is more than just your abs, and you need to strengthen it in multiple planes, front to back, side to side, and rotation. If you understand this concept, you can branch widely out from these 3 exercises. In the next series, I'm going to do a whole series on core stability, and I want to know your questions, so post them in the comments below. If you have solid mobility and work to reverse your patterning, like we chatted about in the last video, and use these strengthening tips that we just chatted about, you'll be well on your way to developing that cannon. But there's a couple things that can derail all of your progress, and that's what we're going to chat about in the next video. So hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you get notified when we post new videos. Thanks for watching. Maybe you're watching and you have a million questions about long toss programs, weighted ball programs, plyo programs, or even specific athletes. Post in the comments and I'll get back to you.